I often find myself haunted by memories that seem to claw their way back into my consciousness. Memories of a time when innocence clashed with the darkness lurking in the shadows of my childhood home. It was a time when the echoes of my mother's warnings and the solemn teachings of our Catholic faith clashed against the tempest of my own defiance. I was just a little girl then, oblivious to the weight of my actions and the consequences they could summon. My parents, devout followers of the Catholic faith, raised me in a household where obedience to God's commandments and respect for authority were the cornerstone of our existence. Yet, try as they might, their guidance often fell upon deaf ears. One particular Sunday, after yet another bout of disobedience, my mother's patience wore thin. With a stern gaze and a trembling voice, she warned me of the consequences of my actions. "Ava," she said, her tone laced with a mix of frustration and concern, "if you continue to be disrespectful, you'll invite darkness into your life." I brushed off her words with the careless indifference only a child could possess, ignorant of the gravity they held. Little did I know that those words would set in motion a chain of events that would forever alter the course of my life. That same Sunday, as we knelt in prayer within the hallowed halls of our church, a priest's somber sermon washed over the congregation like a chilling breeze. His words seemed to pierce through the veil of my indifference, as he spoke of the consequences of sin and the demons that lurked in the darkness, waiting to prey upon the souls of the wicked. But still, I remained undeterred, my defiance burning bright like a flame refusing to be snuffed out. That night, as the moon cast its pale glow upon my bedroom walls, I revelled in my rebellion, making a ruckus that echoed through the silent house. It was then that I heard it, the creaking of my door hinges, a sound that sent a shiver down my spine. Turning slowly, my heart pounding like a drum in my chest, I beheld a sight that would sear itself into the very fabric of my being, a demon standing in the doorway of my room. Its form was twisted, resembling both man and beast, a mockery of the human shape. Its skin, if one could call it that, was a sickly shade of grey, stretched taut over sinewy muscles that rippled beneath its surface like serpents writhing in agony. Its eyes burned with an otherworldly light, twin orbs of pure malice fixed upon me with an intensity that seemed to pierce straight through to my soul. Frozen in terror, I dropped to my knees, my breath coming in ragged gasps as I watched the creature draw closer, its very presence suffocating me with a palpable sense of dread. And then, as if in a dream, I found myself uttering words I had long forgotten. The prayers of my childhood, whispered fervently into the stillness of the night. Promises to a God I had long ignored, pleading for deliverance from the nightmare that now stood before me. With each word that passed my lips, the sound of the demon's breath became heavier and heavier. I could feel shivers all over my body as the hair on my arms began to rise. After the last words of the Our Father prayer fell from my lips, I slowly opened my eyes, turning to the door to see that as suddenly as it had appeared, it was gone, leaving behind nothing but the echo of its departure, a tail dragging behind it as it walked away, disappearing into the darkness. From that night on, I was changed. The fire of my defiance extinguished, replaced by a newfound reverence for the teachings of my faith and the authority of my parents. Never again did I dare to tempt the darkness that lurked beyond the threshold of my understanding, haunted always by the memory of that fateful encounter, a reminder of the thin veil that separates the world of the living from the realm of the damned.